everybody, before I get started, I have an announcement to make. Late last year, I had started another YouTube channel called Brothers of the Sword Productions. And I'm going to be decoding quite a few of the unsolved mysteries that yet have had no answers. And right now, I'm in part 4 of Oak Island Prophesy. And if you're at all interested in the Oak Island mystery, or if you've been watching The Curse of Oak Island, you'll be really interested in picking up on this part 4 because it's getting so interesting. Part 4 is called Thoth and the Eclipsing Star System, and Thoth is an Egyptian god. Now, if you're interested in watching this, I have the link down in the description box. And now on with the show. Hey Leo, I think there's some new incoming for you this month, although every sign's going to be feeling it with that series of eclipses going on, one in Cancer and then one in Aquarius. Now the next one in August is going to be in your sign, and I think you've learned a lot in the past with these eclipse series that's been actually in your sign for the last year and a half or so. Now you received the anew rune, and this means God, or it represents Odin, the Norse main god of wisdom, knowledge, communication. But it's also about prophecies and revelations, divine power, and utilizing it with the base of knowledge and wisdom. And of course, wisdom is acquired from experience and making mistakes. But we have to find stability and order at the same time. Now, the Minchiati card that you received was hope. We always think of Pandora looking in a box. They say really it was a jar. And when she opened it, it released all the evils in the world. And the only thing left in the bottom of the jar was hope, optimism. It's so funny how these mythologies apply to today, because we have a really evil world right now, and we should have a lot of hope for it. But to put this in order now, the overall energy card that you received was the Hierophant. He's the one that actually has you questioning your moral compass. This is where you start questioning your values, all different levels of values, as well as what you value in your life as property-wise. But he brings in the idea of a moral compass and balancing right and wrong and knowing the difference. I don't think a lot of people today do know the difference. But when you see the Hierophant pop up, especially for the overall energy card, it's saying you're seeking some truth. The word Hierophant, as well as shaman, means to show or make known. What's in front of the Hierophant is known, and what's behind him is the unknown. Now, this card can represent hanging out with like-minded people, large corporations or institutions, or religions. And the funny thing is that the anew rune represents the Hierophant. This is the revelations and prophecy part of it. You might be questioning your spiritual beliefs or overlooking some traditions and rituals that really are based to your lifestyle. This is a card about rites of passage and the rituals and ceremonies that are involved in it. Changing your life from maybe being engaged to married, graduations, weddings. Now that you're kind of cleaning up your spiritual, religious, moral value self, the cards on the left are starting anew. This is the category of what you know. And you receive the Magician and the Ace of Pentacles. Now the Magician is starting something new. He's bringing energy down from the cosmos and making it into substance, making it into a reality. And the Ace of Pentacles is there offering you a pentacle. You have a coin with the promise for more. But it's really up to you to pull up your sleeves and get to work. Do what needs to be done to build your empire. What changes need to be made to start anew? Take advantage of the Magician's energy. This is where the invisible is now visible now. This is where the unmovable is movable. Or the formless now has form. You're bringing things now down to earth and going to utilize all your talents. Because when you see the Magician, it says that you should be utilizing your talents now. But there's some things to clean up before you start really launching things. Because the cards in the center for what is or can be yours is the Six of Wands and the Eight of Cups. Now, the Eight of Cups is a card that says there's been some things out of balance that need to be put back into balance. And in order to do that, it looks like you have to walk away from a few things. Now, you might think, oh, bummer, I got to leave things behind, and I really don't want to. But you have to look at it the other way, where the cup is half full, and that you're freeing yourself from some type of bondage, some things that just haven't worked out for you. You might have felt some isolation, grief, pain, but this card is signifying that it's eclipsing, just like these eclipses are now in July here. New things are coming, and this is going to set a pace for the next 6 months and for some a year. There was something missing in your life, and now you're seeking what was missing, and why was it missing? It was like the status quo was kind of taking your breath away. You were in the doldrums, airless, need air. You were getting despondent and in some type of dissolution. But now it's changing. There's going to be a zephyr of air coming in, even some fresh air now. You can get rid of maybe some emotional baggage, get rid of things that aren't serving you anymore. And if you do, you're going to be celebrating because you have the Six of Wands. And it is saying that people are going to laud you for what you've done. You have some type of a cumin. You overcame something. Because this card is more of you are a winner of a contest or a competition. A true competition is competing against yourself. 6 is the number of love, harmony, peace. And if you walk away from a few things, a few chosen select things can make a big difference in your life. And you can have that hope that Pandora is offering. Now, the cards for your self-awareness is the Five of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. Now, the Five of Wands is the conflict card. From the conflicts in your life, you're starting to realize that it's time to change some things. 5 is the number of conflict, obstacles, hurdles. There might be some disagreements, arguments. Maybe you're just disagreeing with yourself. But the Two of Pentacles card is saying it's time to make some decisions. You've been juggling. You've been walking the line. You've been walking the tightrope. You haven't really been able to make some decisions. Sometimes there's a lot of terror in indecision over making some decisions and then having to maybe just change a few things for it to work out right. Now, any 2 card is about partnership as well. And that's what the Hierophant is about too. It's not a card about being alone. Life is solidary. You have to deal with and share life with all of the people on this world. But with all of this, it's really about finding a balance between things, between the values and what you feel comfortable with, starting something new, getting rid of some old, and going away from the conflicts. Now, the future cards have a lot of different feelings to them. You've got the World, the Empress, the Two of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Tower card. Well, the Tower card is saying there's been a change of circumstances. And with some of the conflicts, maybe you don't want some status quo. Maybe it is time for things to change. I like the Tower card. It shakes things up. It makes things move around. Status quo sometimes is that airless doldrums. But it's saying here with the World card is that you're coming to an end of some type of cycle. And of course, with the Two of Pentacles, when you're at an end of a cycle, it's time to make some new decisions. And with the Magician there too, starting some new projects, bringing some new things into your life. And you have the Empress too. She's about the material things of life, the joy of it as well. And she's about fertility as well and starting new things and love too. Because you have the Two of Cups right next to the Empress. Now, this doesn't have to be a love affair. It can be family, friends, affection for some things that you hold in high regard. It's where you direct your affections. And it's another 2 card, and it's saying you have some decisions to make about that too, and to find balance with this new material thing that's going on with the end of the cycle with the World card. Now, if you can balance everything, you're going to find the Ten of Pentacles. This card is about fulfillment, happiness, amiable lifestyles with your family and friends. I call this the retirement card, but it's not necessarily that you're retired. It's a saying that you have comfort and fulfillment. You have enough to feel comfortable. And with the Tower card there, things are going to be changing, but all you have to do is accept it. Keep the balance when you have to make decisions. Every decision you make puts it back into balance or takes it way out of balance. It's really up to you what you decide. It's up to you which way the Tower falls. And I wish you acceptance, peace, and happiness.